Welcome everyone. It's the Plimpton School Committee meeting for Monday, July 18th. We're here coming to you from the high school library today for a change of venue to getting into buildings and all that stuff.
Details.
Of the summer. But it will be as exciting as always, regardless of the location change. We do not have any visitors? No one else is here with us, just us, all fun. We have next up then would be minutes for June 27th.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes from our June 27th meeting.
We have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, would you like me to act as the recording secretary?
That'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's helpful. We were also going to review the tape, but it would be wonderful if you brought some extra notes.
I'll write some up as well. Okay.
Great. Last time I was in townhouse, I didn't see any correspondence, anything?
I'm good.
We received nothing.
Nothing, okay. So then down to new business, playground safety, accessibility, and modernization.
So Peter and I have made some tentative plans to go over to Kingston to view what they've done and review some of the information from their efforts in putting in their new playground. We've also been doing independent research, and we plan on meeting between now and our next meeting to come up with some hard numbers so we can begin the process of putting together a packet, especially if we want to go to community preservation to see if they can help us out as well. We know that's due in early fall, and we want to have a package ready for them.
October 1st or 15th.
Right.
So
So
that
Peter
doesn't
and I
leave
are
us too
very
much time.
aware of that time frame, and we plan to have some information to move forward.
Right, excellent. Any other questions from the committee?
No.
Unfinished business, water treatment update.
I do have an update.
Great.
I communicated with Gary Keegan today from Greensill. He said that he's getting questions on the review, so he knows that they're pretty deep into the review because he's getting questions from Mass DEP. He's been asked to submit some final forms, so that to him is a good sign that they're near the end of their review. He needs signatures from the principal, which he'll get next Monday. And he expects that Mass DEP will be done within the next couple of weeks with their total review. He's actually been asked for the final specifications from them. So he thinks they're near the end of the process.
Okay, so that puts us at some point into mid to late August, at the point that we would sort of be ready to then go out to bid.
Depending on what the specifications say, we may be able to just get 3 quotes if it meets the dollar threshold, and that process can go on much quicker.
Right.
So we'll know that once they have the final
So we're still at
specifications.
least there for a couple months from
Right,
someone even starting to do any work.
it is.
Okay. All right.
Crazy how much time it's taken.
As long as we're moving. at
That's
this
right,
point.
that's right, exactly.
As long as we're getting there. So that's good. Any updates on the breakfast program or school lunch?
No, it was a successful year. I think I mentioned last month, Halifax is actually going to begin a breakfast program based on the success of Plimpton, which is great. So you're with the trendsetters.
Well, every so often, right? Good. Standing committees, administrative review,
No meeting.
negotiations, I don't think there was anything. Union 31,
We'll probably have a meeting in early September.
Early September.
We have some bids that we'll be reporting on for some health services and other items like that. So
okay.
has not been scheduled yet.
PAC,
No meeting.
okay. Policy, we'll have something.
We will have
There's
a
some
meeting
new-
in the fall.
In the fall. And capital improvement, I don't think we had
Nope.
any meetings. Legislative,
It's been kind of quiet. Governor Baker just appointed his first of 3 appointees to the Massachusetts Supreme Court, which will be interesting to have that much leverage on the Supreme Court. He was also in attendance at the ballot initiative kickoff for charter schools. So his hat is firmly in the ring of increasing charter schools in Massachusetts.
okay. Do we have a report of any sort from
No,
Peter?
Peter is on vacation,
Good for
and
him.
when he had left, he had not realized the date change had not sort of plugged into that.
Yep.
But we had done all our hirings, they were already done, I think we reported on those last month.
Right.
And schools getting cleaned up and things are moving along, and I'm sure we'll be ready.
Excellent. Okay. Anything from CASA, or are they all quiet too?
No
since
meeting, they're
schools-
all quiet.
Excellent. I'm going for a record here.
We are. I like it.
Christine?
Ready to, are you guys ready?
Sure.
It's gonna be fun, hold on. In your package tonight is a closeout, so this is a snapshot of, as of June 30th, where we are. I just wanted to take a step back and kind of review the way the town votes the budget. The town votes the budget in 3 pieces. They vote the regular day budget, which is everything on our financial until you get to the 9,000 series. The second item they vote is the special education piece, which is the total 9,000 series. So it includes all of the costs for services that take place within the Dennett Elementary, as well as all of out-of-district services for tuition and transportation. The final vote that is taken is for the out-of-district vocational placement. This includes tuitions and transportations for all those students that have applied to the outside programs. As we went through the year, we've had some ups and downs. We had a couple of teachers out on leave, so we did have a surplus, offsetting surplus in our substitute. Well, in the teaching line was a surplus, the substitute line was a deficit. Some other areas to note: homeless transportation, we do not have any of that this year, but there's nothing that's there. So we had some utility savings, and some of those savings have allowed us to put back into the building. So we've been able to take care of some of the smaller maintenance items to try to stay ahead of the maintenance schedule. So we're always trying to take care of the building so we don't have costs that will creep back down the line. As we close out, when you look at the cover sheet, on the back page, you'll see there's a total surplus of $111,828.85. That is broken into 2 pieces. The first piece is for the regular day. The surpluses in the regular day is $2,549.36, which will be returning to the town. The surplus in out-of-district special education is from all areas: contracted services, out-of-district transportation, and out-of-district tuition. Some of the costs that we had expected to pay just didn't materialize. So we'll be returning that money to the town. We were kind of committed to the town. If there's a surplus there, we will return that. In years when we need maybe a little help, they'll be able to help us out. So we'll be returning that to the town. And then the last item on here is the out-of-district vocational portion. We'll be returning a balance of $62,169.92 to the town. We had 9 students apply that we budgeted for this year. All 9 students attended. But we had just the right mix between Halifax, Plimpton, and Kingston, and our cost share schools. We share with Plymouth and then with Middleborough. So we had just the right mix of students that we were able to really keep our transportation costs down. So that surplus is totally from the transportation component of this. And that's it. Any questions?
And the vote money, that was the money that we had told the town we expected to go back. So
Yes.
we budgeted for that.
Yes.
But the additional money is not.
They're going to be very happy with us.
Okay. And in this, did we get the, were we able to deal with that controller? Is that something?
Yes,
Yes.
that was taken care of.
Yes.
Okay. So we should probably, I guess I should let FinCom know that
Right.
that's no longer an item,
No, no.
so we can make them really happy.
And does any question on the money that goes back? Where does that show up on the FinCom, John? Do you know where?
It will go,
is
it
there-
will end up being free cash for next year.
They won't separate that out so we can see that, or?
No, it will just it goes back into the general
Okay.
fund, and then it will be certified free cash for the next year. This is a piece of paper that's worth saving
No, I know what it is.
for us.
Well, that was my thought process.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Can I just make sure we all understand that there was actually 3 givebacks
Yes.
in terms of budget? We have the 62,000 lower for vocational that we had anticipated and telegraphed to the Finance Committee.
Right.
We now have this $111,000 that is new news, but we also reduced the amount of money in the budget that we requested for next year for out-of-district vocational because we anticipated a lower number.
Right.
We were correct, so there was that give back as well, just to make things easier before town meeting.
Right.
So
Right.
this is a third in a series of fiscally prudent, well-managed, conservative, outcomes that I think we should be happy about and realize that, like you just said, save this piece of paper. And if anybody asks any questions, I'm pretty proud to say that we're doing the best we can to spend the town's money wisely.
Well, and I think it was mentioned, but it's worth highlighting that, there are a number of things here that very clearly are going back to keep the Dennett school at its really
Absolutely.
top performance, which is really important, because if you let it go a little bit, it goes quickly.
It does.
They did a lot last year in getting the building painted and all of that, but this is some of the stuff that's sort of behind the scenes that's important to keep up on.
Absolutely.
Because it would have been a lot bigger blow if they were running around trying to replace that mid-year, that controller went this fall or
Exactly.
something like that.
Exactly.
So, excellent. Thank
The
you.
one thing I forgot to mention is all of the items listed here by purchase order, those are the items that have taken place, but we have not yet received our invoicing for those items. So we encumber them so that we set that money aside, because we know that those bills will be forthcoming.
Great work.
Okay, so do we need to do a motion on this to?
I think what we've done in the past is vote to return the money to the town as presented. Sometimes things do creep up, we find that we've made a mistake, or there's a vendor that we weren't aware of, so sometimes there are some slight modifications.
Right.
So if we did the as presented, that would cover whatever we're able to present to the town.
I'd like to make a motion to return the amount of money from the regular day as presented and the amount presented in the segregated vocational portion as presented.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
excellent. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you. It's a very easy evening this evening. I did just want to say for the closeout, I'm not sure if everybody's aware of the incredible amount of work that Christine puts into this. Truly, I cannot begin to tell you the amount of hours and the work and how meticulous she is with this. Everything is checked and double-checked and triple-checked, and she does a phenomenal job, and I really have 100% full confidence, and I cannot begin to thank her for the exceptional job she is doing. And again, she isn't just doing this for one district. Everything is times 4 in our life, and she still smiles, and she never gets cranky, and it's just wonderful to work with her. And on a personal and professional note, I cannot begin to thank all the work that she puts in to make sure that our books are well kept and the money is well spent within all the towns. So I'm personally very thankful for that.
It's particularly time sensitive too, because
It's
the towns
very
need
time
it
sensitive.
very quickly after
Yes.
the end of the year.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
so absolutely, thank you very much.
Yes, so she does a fantastic
Thank you,
job.
and I want to mention we have an amazing staff that, what they do we can make this happen because of the staff. that we
Yeah,
have.
absolutely. So it isn't just Christine, to her point. We have a wonderful accountant, Melanie Capasso, who does a fantastic job, and then we have bookkeepers for each of the towns. So it's really important that everybody works together, and we do, and we get there. So it's a process. As part of that process, for FY17 budget, I did want to just share a little bit of good news. We have adopted the 21st century technology, and we actually have a computerized accounting system we're now using. All of these POs were done in triplicate, in carbon paper. Believe it or not, we were still using them up through June 30th. I swear, this is true. So it's sort of a whole new world for us. Believe it or not, there's something called a computer,
Yeah.
and it's really pretty cool. You can actually enter data and see it in real time. Yeah, it's good stuff. So we are in the process of adopting our new accounting system. So amid all of these closeouts, we are also moving into our new accounting system. So it's a huge undertaking. And all the secretaries and the principals, we've all gone through training. And it's something that there's a bit of a learning curve for all of us right now. So please be patient with us, but we are definitely getting there, doing a great job, and thrilled with the potential of actually having the principals be able to go online and see how their budgets are doing. As opposed to, Christine, so what have I got left in supplies? Because that is literally how we've had to do it with the carbon paper. So it's pretty exciting right now for us. We are getting there, and I think it's going to make hopefully the closeouts in all of these processes a lot easier in the future going forward. But with anything new, there are a few growing pains right now, but I think we are well on our way for that. So that's pretty exciting. I also did want to mention, we have our 16-17 calendar. It's quite a lovely color, if I do say so myself, fuchsia. Lisa's always wanted to sort of take advantage of whatever colors we have in the office, and that definitely catches your eye. So this is the official 16-17 school calendar. You had voted it. The reason we held this was in both Kingston and Silver Lake, we had to appoint someone because of Joe's passing. So we didn't have full complements until just recently when the town of Kingston made those appointments. So that is in your packet. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention was whether or not you wanted to choose to have the August meeting. Traditionally, school committees have canceled the August meetings, but it is certainly your choice if you feel there's anything on the docket that you believe you'd like to have the meeting for.
I think in my mind, the only thing would be if there was something with the water treatment that we need to move along, but
Okay.
I'm not sure that you necessarily need us to, like, even if it does move quickly, I mean, I don't know that you need us to say, go get bids.
That's pretty much
Right.
through Christine. We will still need you to sign warrants for us.
Correct.
So we would let you know that. And it doesn't mean we couldn't re-put it on the docket if
Right.
something came up. But I just wanted to mention, I'm not sure how people, whether or not you'd like to meet, it's fine. But whether or not if you don't feel there's a need, that has sort of been the tradition for all the towns. Halifax and Kingston have canceled, and we'll see what happens in Silver Lake Thursday.
Yeah, I think we've had some stuff in the last 2 years, actually, I think, but it seems kind of quiet at the moment, so, I mean, if something comes up, we'll,
Okay.
I mean, I think everyone did sort of keep it penciled in, but with the assumption that we won't have it. And then that makes it easy.
Okay. I think we might need a motion to cancel that, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Make a motion to cancel our August meeting unless needed.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone have anything else? I don't think we need any reason for executive session
No,
tonight.
there's not.
So on that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
A second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You record. Christine, so, what have I got left in supplies? Because that is literally how we've had to do it with the carbon paper. So it's pretty exciting right now for us. We are getting there, and I think it's going to make, hopefully, the closeouts in all of these processes a lot easier in the future going forward. But with anything new, there are a few growing pains right now, but I think we are well on our way for that. So that's pretty exciting. I also did want to mention, we have our 16-17 calendar. It's quite a lovely color, if I do say so myself, fuchsia. Lisa's always wanted to sort of take advantage of whatever colors we have in the office, and that definitely catches your eye. So this is the official 16-17 school calendar. You had voted it. The reason we held this was in both Kingston and Silver Lake, we had to appoint someone because of Joe's passing. So we didn't have full complements until just recently when the town of Kingston made those appointments. So that is in your packet. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention was whether or not you wanted to choose to have the August meeting. Traditionally, school committees have canceled the August meetings, but it is certainly your choice if you feel there's anything on the docket that you believe you'd like to have the meeting for.
I think in my mind, the only thing would be if there was something with the water treatment that we need to move along, but
Okay.
I'm not sure that you necessarily need us to, like, even if it does move quickly, I mean, I don't know that you need us to say, go get bids.
That's pretty much
Right.
through Christine. We will still need you to sign warrants for us.
Correct.
So we would let you know that. And it doesn't mean we couldn't re-put it on the docket if
Right.
something came up. But I just wanted to mention, I'm not sure how people, whether or not you'd like to meet, it's fine. But whether or not if you don't feel there's a need, that has sort of been the tradition for all the towns. Halifax and Kingston have canceled, and we'll see what happens in Silver Lake Thursday.
Yeah, I think we've had some stuff in the last 2 years, actually, I think, but it seems kind of quiet at the moment, so, I mean, if something comes up, we'll,
Okay.
I mean, I think everyone did sort of keep it penciled in, but with the assumption that we won't have it. And then that makes it easy.
Okay. I think we might need a motion to cancel that, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Make a motion to cancel our August meeting unless needed.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone have anything else? I don't think we need any reason for executive session
No,
tonight.
there's not.
So on that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
A second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You record.
Come on.